Yeah, man. Shout it out. Air it out, man. Another episode. You know what I'm saying? Another day, another dollar. You know what I'm saying? We got a good episode today. You know what I mean? We got one of the greats. You know what I'm saying? Not only of Long Island, but, from my neighborhood, from my neck of the woods. You know what I'm saying? Tristan Smith. He gonna drop in. Let us know about all them legendary games on Long Island. And, let us know about his college stints, you know what I'm saying, how St. John's was, and also about his new book. But, I'm in the building, so tell a friend. You told somebody once, tell them again, man. Rah Smurf, air it out, man. I'm in the building, man. Shout it out. We here. Shout it out, my brother. Shout it out. My brother from another. Yo, listen, I appreciate you for taking out the time, you know what I'm saying, to give the people, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of your story. Cause you one of the legends. So it's your duty. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta put the youngins like me and you know what I'm saying, and before me, you gotta let us know how them, you know what I'm saying, how it was. You heard, you know what I'm saying? Cause y'all, you all history, you know what I'm saying? You definitely set a mark for the hood. You definitely put the hood on the map. You know what I mean? I appreciate you, my brother. You know what I mean? Shout it out. We got the boy Tristan Smith, Amityville Zone. What's up, my brother? How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm coolin', man. I'm tapped in, man. I appreciate you, man. How's everything?
Man, everything is good, man. You know what I'm saying? I got work in a few, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
we gonna do this interview because it's for the peoples, man. And I'm happy, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad, because look, when I was younger, I watched you. Like, you didn't know who I was.
right.
But I knew who you was. So I was,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? You was a guy, boy. I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't going front. So like when you went to St. John's, right?
Yeah,
Cause I ain't going front. I'm like, yo, this nigga about to be the NBA. Cause you like was gonna be the first dude that I seen. Like I felt like I knew you. You didn't know
yeah,
me, but I knew you. I don't
right.
care. I feel like I knew you. Like I boy, and I'm like, oh, he about to go to NBA. You know what I'm saying? And I know you with the St. John's. I ain't really
Mm-hmm.
heard nothing else. You know what I'm saying
Yep.
about that, about what else happened. But we gonna get to that. But
Mm-hmm.
Um, how was it though? Like, how was that experience like growing up in Long Island playing basketball, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because you played everywhere.
Yeah,
Then it was like going to the boroughs playing
yeah.
basketball. What was the different competition, and what did you
Mm-hmm.
feel that was more comp? Did you feel like Long Island? Because especially at that time, I was a different era. We speaking for your era. At
Mm-hmm.
that time, how did you feel it was as far as the competition of basketball
Okay.
back
So,
then?
so to answer the first question, like growing up on Long Island, I actually grew up on Offley Street, so I was kind of right in the middle of
That's
everything.
right, Northside, baby. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I
Yeah.
like, go ahead, baby. This is what we doing. Go ahead.
Right, right. So, I had my older brother. So he's 7 years older than me. So I would always kind of tag along with him, and he's hanging out with those guys. He played football mainly and baseball. So I was always kind of tough. I was always kind of like on the wing of the older guys. So I seen how they was moving. He's class of 1990 94. So Jamie Roberts on the corner, he's joking on me. So I had to learn and mature really fast, right?
Mhm.
Then you got those guys as you go up top. So I knew a lot of those guys. Ruben Johnson around the corner. We used to all park out bikes and play over there, play basketball. So really just playing against the neighborhood guys, man. There was a lot of really good talent that was playing in the neighborhood, man. And we was playing different sports from season to season. So it started with baseball and then it morphed into football and basketball, right? So when I was young, we was playing at the park, man. We was playing at Make It, playing at the junior high, then slid into Amityville basketball camp with Jack Agostino. So we knew some of the guys that came before us, Mike James and everything like that. And then you just start, as you get a little bit older, your world just continues to expand out. You start playing a little bit further out, playing in Brentwood, right? Then you're starting to play at ISA in Queens, right?
Mhm.
And like you said, man, as you continue to expand out, you start to see the level of talent grow, right? So there's a sink or swim moment that starts to happen, man. So we had a lot of good a lot of good talent in the neighborhood. None of us like to lose at really anything. You can
Yeah,
probably attest to that. It doesn't matter
yeah.
what it is. Pitching quarters, you know what I'm saying? Then
Nothing. That's Amityville motto. Niggas do not like
we don't
losing.
like to lose. So
For
so we
nothing.
had we had the talent, and then we understood, you know what I'm saying, the magnitude of it, man. So we was able to go on a run. But really, man, it was just kind of just taking a look at an opportunity to use basketball or football, because I actually have more offers for football, but just using sports as an outlet to advance in life, right?
Mhm.
And I think that you don't recognize the system that you're in as you grow. You don't recognize the business aspect that you're in until you start as you start getting older. And I don't think I recognized the basketball business until probably like junior year after we won our first state title, Rob, and I got called to play with the Long Island Panthers, which was the top AAU program in the country. So now I'm on the same team as the guys from the city, and now we're seeing the likes of DeJuan Wagner and James White and Tyson Chandler and Eddie Curry, and I'm playing against these guys and seeing them up close, and you're seeing the magnitude, you're seeing the street agents and everything like that. So it's a whirlwind, man, and my parents didn't know what was going on, right? We was trying to enjoy the ride, man, but it's really just really catching it on the fly. So athletically, I was prepared for the next level, man, but there was a lot of different things. I don't feel like my game was polished enough going into St. John's. We had a lot of stuff going on with my family that I was trying to catch on to and process at 18 years old, man. So there's a lot of off the court stuff that goes on, and that's why I like to try to give a lot of these guys grace and try to hear some of their backstory before we make really harsh decisions and criticism on what's going on the court. So I think that's kind of it in a nutshell. We can expound on whatever those topics you want to.
Yeah. So you made a good point because that's something that a lot of people don't talk about the business of basketball, right? Like we
Yeah.
understand you got the talent, right?
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
You nice, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Everybody wants you because of your talent,
Yeah.
but then it's like the business part, right?
Hmm.
Because you just thinking about your talent, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times when you don't worry about the business, you start
Hmm.
becoming like these athletes after the game, they be broke or they
Yeah.
don't got nothing. So I
Yeah.
like how you say you trying to teach kids because right now it's all about the money. I mean, you
Yeah.
see how it is now. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, they're giving these bums, man, 25 million a year. These dudes is making. I be feeling like I can get on the court. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like some of these dudes, but again though, like and you gotta I gotta realize too, because in the NBA, even that dude who's on the bench who gets no burn, in high school, he was the man.
Yes.
In college, he was you know what I'm saying? Like, even the dude
Yes.
on the bench, like, if he was to go out in the park and play somebody, it'd be a whole, you know what I'm
He
saying?
gonna fry. He gonna fry these dudes.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But in the NBA, but how was that like in college? Was that a
Uh huh.
hard adjustment? Did the
Yeah.
game become harder? Was
Yeah.
it was it more faster? How was that
Hmm.
experience though when you went to St. John's? Because that's a big
That
school.
that's a great question, right? So when I went at the time, there was the top five winningest programs, right? We
Mhm.
playing in the Madison Square, dude. So so and it was when the Twin Towers hit, man. So New York was in a frenzy. It was a wild time, man. They was beating up cab drivers, and it was wild. Like it was a real situation. My freshman year was 2001. So you're processing all of these different things and learning and really trying to find your way. And absolutely, man, it's a jump into the deep pool, going from high school to Big East basketball, right? And I'm a 6'2" guard, right? Back when you look at it, basketball is slotted for the unusually tall guys,
Yeah.
right? The average height of an NBA guy is around 6'7". So now you have to process all of this information. These guys are taller, they just as athletic. So now, like I said, my game wasn't polished and there wasn't there wasn't enough development, right? So I'm developing on the fly. And because of that, man, there's mistakes that are made. So your
Yeah.
confidence starts to go up and down.
Mhm.
And that's not something that you want to have happen. So that's something that I try to instill in the people that I work with, not to drop your confidence. And the confidence comes in the preparation. And if we go back, there was no trainers around when I grew up, right? Our trainers was the guys that we played against. So we played against the guys in the park, right? We playing against the guys that play CeeLo by the handball court and then come
That's a fact.
Tim's on and everything, right? That was a part of our development. So it definitely gave us a level of toughness, but there's only so much that they're going to be able to give us in basketball when it comes to technical stuff. And I'll give you an example. When I went to college, Coach Jarvis told me to change floors. I said, I don't know what that means. And he's yelling at me, change floor, change floor. And I'm looking at him just the way you looking at me, like, I don't know what you're talking about. Right?
I don't know what you talking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm feeling, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling stupid, I'm feeling embarrassed, right? And I'm feeling ill prepared, right? It's like you go into a test and you're like, yo, I don't know any of these answers.
Yeah,
Right? Your heart start beating, you start looking for somebody to cheat on. You're like,
exactly,
yo, I need yo,
exactly,
what's the answer? So I felt
exactly.
like that on the basketball court in some certain cases, man. I didn't really know how to use my body, my shoulder, protecting the ball. Everything was face up and athleticism, and that's not gonna work, man. You need to be able to manipulate the defense by having them make a decision and you changing angles, like all these things that I didn't learn about until I got older. So you have people like that are giving that information now and being able to help these young guys be prepared in the basketball court earlier. So
Mhm.
there's a resource there that we didn't have, and I think that would have benefited me greatly going into that. So going into the Big East, man, they want more of a ready-made player, right? They want
Mhm.
a more of a ready-made player, and if you're not ready-made, man, you have to work on your game. And I felt like my freshman year, man, I didn't work on my game as much because I was processing all of the things that was happening.
But you was it, yo. Yo Tristan, like yo,
Thank you,
you was
bro.
it. Like I swear to God, right? Like your name, everything. Like I said again, you was it for Amityville. Tristan Smith,
Yeah,
everybody. Long Island, niggas know
right,
Amityville. You know what I'm saying? So it's
right.
like that nigga going to the A.
Yeah,
Ain't no
yeah,
question. He going to the A. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
when I know you went to St. John's, and I ain't really hear nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
you know, our life goes on, whatever, like that.
Yeah.
But now to you know to hear you say like you know, you think that you know like you was it, and when you went to St. John's and you seen the competition, and obviously you seen dudes working hard on their game,
Mm-hmm.
right? And when you
Mm-hmm.
started playing, is that like low? Like did you feel like damn these
No, no,
dudes
no,
is like
no. I think
or did you felt like I'm where I'm supposed to be at, man? Like you know what I'm saying, these
no,
dudes
no,
can't fuck with me. Like
no.
how did you feel?
It was a shock to the system. But you know, you go into the Big East, man. You know that this is top of the top, right? You know it's the top of the top of the levels, right? So you understand that, but it's different when you're in it, right? It's different when you're involved with the situation, and as you're involved with the situation, it's how do I pivot? And
Mm,
I wasn't anybody that was going to quit.
yeah.
And to be honest, I had to sit down with Coach Jarvis, end of my freshman year because I was going to transfer. And I'm not sure a lot of people know, but I was going to end up going to play football and bypass the rule of sitting out at that time, play football, and then be a walk on at Georgetown. I was going to go to Georgetown.
Oh what?
Yeah, because they had a couple of guys that was my age that they already recruited. So they were feeling my style on the court, but they already had committed to guys that was already my age. But they was like, hey man, if you we'll take you. We'll take you. You know what I'm saying? We can go have you play football. We know that that was your lane too. And we can have you as a football player. And then so I sat down, I just said, Coach Jay, do I got an opportunity to play and earn minutes?
Yeah.
Right? That's all I want. I don't want to run away from the challenge. I want to do it. And he said, yeah, you do. Right? So I went and worked out and I got better, man. I did. I was in the lab with Jerry Powell. Right. This is when he's starting to cross over into being who he is, the professional trainer that he is. And I was at the annex all summer going into my sophomore year. And I came back ready. But it didn't shake out the way that he had described. So my minutes my minutes wasn't there, my numbers wasn't there, so it was pretty much understood that I was going to transfer. I was going to have to transfer, so I knew that I was going to drop down a level. So I ended up transferring out to St. Francis College in Brooklyn,
Mm,
and it was a whole different world, bro. Like you have all of the resources at St. John's. You don't really have any of the resource or the history at St. Francis. So again,
yeah.
you're just constantly processing information, and my family, we was bouncing from spot to spot, hotels, motels, family. You know what I'm saying? I got that. I lost all my stuff, man. I don't have any of my trophies. All that stuff got seized because we couldn't afford to pay our storage, right? So I lost all of the stuff, man. So I think because a lot of people have seen me with having both my parents and having things go well on the basketball court and taking care of my stuff in school that I didn't have any things going on.
Mm.
Right? And that's not necessarily the case. I remember, I think it was like seventh grade, man. We was really low on money. Third grade, I had to have my uncle buy me clothes for school, right? And then even starting in eighth grade, man, I was buying my own clothes, right? Ninth grade, I'm getting a job, man. My first job was at UNEO summer camp, right? So I can buy my own clothes. And I remember seventh grade, man, my mom I brought home some food stamps. I was like, "What's this?" So I'm up top. I'm up top looking, make sure nobody's in there buying a deli sandwich.
Yo, you remember them joints, yo? Them little flip joints, yo. You wait till
Yo, it
everybody
was a
leave. You be
book,
like
bro. It
this.
was a book, and it
Yo,
looked like it had like Pablo Escobar on the
yo,
on the
I
where it
used
looked
to
like some
hate them
fake money.
shits. Yo, and yo, it seemed like nobody be in the store until you about to go in there with them
Well,
stamps. You
well,
go in there,
yeah.
now
Then
everybody
everybody,
like this. Damn.
yeah.
Like this. Nah, man, go ahead, man. You good. Go ahead, man. On your
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. And Poppy want to talk loud, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, come
Like
on, man.
this.
I don't
Hold
want you
on,
to
hold
talk.
on, hold on, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Wait.
yeah.
Like this, though. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Keep on the low, man. Keep on the low.
I was doing that. I was doing that, and people not didn't really know that because of the appearance of my family situation. So I think also too, I was pretty much just a sports guy, right? So I wasn't really in the streets, but I knew a lot of guys there. You know what I'm saying? I knew and I understood what was going on, right? I recognize I'm observing, but I think because of that, there's the lived in situations that I had, they go unnoticed or unknown because I haven't really shown signs of those types of things. But those things go on, man, and life is life, and you have to be able to pivot and adapt. And I don't know if a lot of people recognize that when they see success, right? They see success on the surface, but they don't recognize any of the pain and scars that go into the development as a young athlete, especially as a young black athlete, man. You're trying to find your way. So it was difficult, but at the same time, man, it was character building.
Mm. So let me ask you, who was like the NBA players that you like, who was in college at the time that you played against?
Ben Gordon. Ben Gordon comes to mind. Ben Gordon was lighting it up at UConn. Now he was lighting it up at Mount Vernon too when we had played against him. Played against Karan Butler my freshman year, but the one that stands out the most easily is my sophomore year was Carmelo Anthony. He fried us. He looked like a pro already. Like his game was already polished. He had the size, he had the skill, and he had the confidence. And obviously, we know what he went on to do. Right? We played my freshman year. We got fried at Duke. That was the craziest place I ever played, bro. We played Duke at Cameron Indoor, and they beat us by like 30. Right? That was the year they won it with Jay Williams, Boozer, Mike Dunleavy. They were loaded, but it was an experience, bro. Like the floor was moving when they start jumping. The floor was moving, bro. I was like, oh, this is
That's
this is
something.
crazier than on TV.
How did you feel like when you went inside that arena? Like a kid from Amityville, from North Side, right?
Mhm.
Here you is, you playing on the highest level, college level. You on Duke. You had Duke. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
dude.
saying? Going against Duke. Like,
Yeah,
how was
dude.
that experience? How was that feeling?
It's a cool feeling, bro, because when you look at it, I think when you're in it, dude, you're not really thinking about it as much. I think as you get older and you get more wisdom, you
Yeah.
can reflect, and then you see, like, man, that's actually a really big deal. Because man, I felt embarrassed, man. I felt like I let my family down and my neighborhood down. I felt like I was letting everybody down while I was in it. But then when I look back, man, and I look at the percentage of high school players just to go to college and play basketball, just to just to go just to go to college and play basketball, bro, it's like less than 2% 2% of high school basketball players go on and play Division 1. So I was inside of that small minority of players to go and play. I was a top 100 player in the country. So I'm like, I did things that a lot of people haven't done. So I should be proud of that, and then I should utilize that to springboard into other things. But while you're in it, man, you're thinking NBA. You're not
Oh,
thinking
Sakina said she should be in love with you in high school.
Jakina Moore. What's going on? Much love, Jakina.
Shout it out. Yo, shout out to everybody out. Shout out to everybody who went to check in, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, for the interview, man. Shout y'all out, man. Shout it out.
Much
Yeah.
love.
So, like, all right. So, who was the toughest? You said the NBA. You said that Carmelo was the one
Yeah.
that was like was crazy. Okay, now we're gonna bring it to Long Island.
Okay.
All right, coming up in your ever,
Hmm.
name me the top three schools that was tough.
Top three schools or
That was
players?
tough in your ever. You can
Schools,
say
Hempstead.
schools, and you can name players. You can say schools. You can name top three schools that come to mind that was tough, like boom, and yeah, every year. And you can name the top three players who you felt Long Island ball players
Okay.
at that time.
All right. Let me see. Off top. Off top. Hempstead. Hempstead. We play. I played Hempstead my whole career, and I think I'm 3-1 against Hempstead. Hempstead.
Shout out
Hempstead.
Hempstead. Shout out to
Yeah.
Stad.
They mirrored us, man. They mirrored us. But pretty much a bunch of black athletes out there, a bunch of dogs on the court, and a lot of talent, right? So there was a lot of respect for each other. Then even when I graduated, we was playing together in the summertime. So we was really we formed kind of a bond and a brotherhood off of the competition first of all. But when you look up in the stands, bro, it's hard to differentiate where dudes was from if you just looked in the crowd because it was very similar vibe, right? You
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
Nassau and a Suffolk County, right? But obviously that was big time competition. So Hempstead High School was good. Low key Kings Park, they was all white man, but they were good at the time. We were beating them, but they were good. Kings Park was a really good team, and they were consistently good. But we was in their way, so we was getting them up out of there. But but that was a good team. Those two teams come to mind, and then there was the likes of other schools like North Babylon with Barry Baker. They were good, but then once guys graduated, it would shift a lot, right? So those two teams that I mentioned when I was playing, they was pretty consistently good. Player wise, we're looking at right off top is Eric Ferguson from Hempstead. He was actually my backcourt mate when we was at with the Panthers, Long Island Panthers.
Yeah.
So you had two Long Island guys and then Jason Frazier, three Long Island guys starting playing against top guys in the country. So that was dope with the city guys. And that team was loaded. We had Sebastian Telfair, we had Charlie Villanueva, Curtis Sumter. We had like 12, 11 Division One guys on that team.
Okay,
Too
okay.
many, too many egos. Another
Yeah, too
guy,
many egos.
oh yeah, one basketball, too many egos, bro. Way too many. And you had Joel Suarez was cooking out there. Joel Suarez went to St. Mary's, and then he went to Hofstra. So he was nice with it. Courtney Pritchett was good, man. He got us out of there my sophomore year. That won't hurt. And he did his numbers at Southampton, and then they went on to go. He went on to go at Wagner College, and he did his numbers there. So those are guys that kind of really from the guard position, they did their numbers. And there's a host of players out there, and we celebrated them. I created the page Long Island Basketball History, so we try to use that to celebrate all of these different players from all the different eras.
Okay, so now, like, so who do you think? So I mean, obviously, it was Amityville at the time because we was smashing shit. So, but like, who do you think, in your opinion, right?
Okay,
Yeah, just your opinion.
okay.
Who's the best ball player to come out of Amityville? Who do you think's the best basketball player to come out of Amityville?
I got two categories for that. So high school is hands down Jason Frazier. Hands down Jason Frazier. He was top five in the country, top 10, and probably the only player to up until this point to be ready to go play in the NBA from high school. He had that. He had the opportunity to go play right out of high school. Jerry West was coming up to the Amityville High School, so he had the opportunity. He was a lottery pick, late lottery pick, coming out of high school. Not sure anybody else was that. So he's number one high school wise. Overall, got to go Mike James. Overall, we got to give it to Mike James by what he's done. He had a really strong high school career. They got upset, but he was an all Long Island player. He was Hall of Famer in college, and then the run he had in the NBA. It's really hard to do as a 6'2" guard. It's got to be Mike total career. Mike James is the number one guy. Then you fall into the category of Shelton Jones, AJ Price, Jason Frazier, and then the rest shake out accordingly.
See, I said pick one.
I
You making
I, I said Mike James.
categories.
I picked Mike
All right. So
James.
Mike, all right,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what?
I said those two categories 'cause I think it's important to separate the two. But if I'm gonna have one guy plant their flag for Amityville, it'll be Mike James, the NBA champion. He's one of four undrafted players to average 20 in a season. It's really hard to do, right? When he did that with the Raptors, and he had a long tenure career, averaging 10 points in the NBA. Got to give it
Yeah.
to him because that's the pinnacle of the sport.
No,
Everybody's trying to
that's
get
a
there.
fact. Yo, man, shout out to Mike James, man, cause yo, I
Shout
posted,
out to Mike.
went to the NBA, man, but my big toe was was bothering me. You know what I'm saying? So
You 5'9", man,
I had
five
to, you
nine,
know what I'm
five
saying?
nine.
They ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Cause I supposed to been in the league. You know, I supposed to been in the A. I wasn't supposed to be in jail. Supposed to been in the
Right.
A, but my foot. You know what I'm saying? So I had to figure something else out. But the foot got right. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but now so look, now I got another question for you.
Yes, sir.
Team down by one. I
Team
mean,
down by one.
right? Team down by two.
Amityville's down by two.
Down by two,
Yeah.
right? 6 seconds left.
Okay.
Is you,
Uh-huh.
Mike James,
Yeah.
Jason Frazier,
Uh-huh.
and AJ Price,
Okay.
right?
We
And
in an Amityville uniform?
yeah, MV uniform, right?
You want me to list in order?
Who's getting the ball? No, I'm saying it's 6 seconds left.
I'm gonna give AJ Price the
Who's
ball.
getting the ball?
In the Amityville uniform, I'm gonna give AJ Price the ball. I feel like
AJ's getting the ball.
he had the most polished game in high school, right? He can shoot and he can score on all three levels. High IQ guy, right? So I'm gonna give AJ I'm gonna give him the ball in the Amityville uniform. I feel comfortable with all of those guys as with the basketball in the Amityville uniform, but I like him because he can create for himself and he can create for somebody else, and he's a clutch dude. So I'm gonna go AJ Price in the Amityville uniform.
Okay.
What's up,
And
April?
okay, so now look.
Appreciate y'all tapping in.
So now you out of college, you done with the basketball, right?
Yeah, right,
Obviously you done playing basketball and you find a different passion,
yeah,
right?
right,
So let's speak about that passion because I know that you got a book, you know what I'm saying, and so forth. So
yeah.
let's
So
let's get into that.
I think that's one of the biggest things, man. I think that's a huge topic of conversation that I hope parents and players start to look at when your identity shifts from being player, student athlete to young man or young woman. What's going to be the next lane? And I really hope that they recognize I really hope that they recognize that basketball or any sport for that matter can be a conduit to life. So for me, I got caught in that gray area. What am I going to do? I went to school for communications, kind of film and broadcast, and I passed up some opportunities to work with ABC and who else was it? It wasn't Fox. It was another one. Being in New York. ABC for sure. But to go play in some pro leagues, USBL, ABA, and things like that, to try to build my resume for basketball. So it came to a crossroads. What am I gonna do, right? So now you look at where's your gift, your skills, and your passion at, right? Because now you have to earn money doing those things, right? Or you get in the workforce. So for me, man, it felt like a really natural crossover to start training. So I really started to look at doing those types of things. I'm out here in the Dallas Fort Worth area.
Okay.
So got
Shout out to
certified.
Dallas. Shout out to Dallas.
DFW, yeah, it's good money out here. So I I got certified. And then I just kind of start working at. I worked at one of the biggest gyms, Lifetime Fitness, and I was just honing my craft. And then I was able in 2017 to step out and start my own thing. So I've been doing it as Fit Lab USA. So I'm in the process of rebranding, but I do sports performance training. So I work with athletes from elementary all the way up to pro athletes for various sports. So I've
Okay.
trained pro golfers. I've trained volleyball, NCAA volleyball champions, beach volleyball players, NBA guys, couple NFL guys, college. So I wanted to take these things that we're talking about now, my experience, to be able to pour into them to help them with injury prevention, performance, and recovery, and also have conversations in between to give them the real. So for me, I have the ability to not just be the trainer guy, but I'm like, I was an athlete first. I had to show a couple of the young guys too. I had to cook them, you know what I'm saying, a couple times.
Yo, that's right.
Yeah, I had to take them
You
to the
got
court,
to.
frying. Well, a lot of yeah, I'm in DFW and they don't know my background. I try to keep it modest, right? Like I'm not an ego driven guy, if we're gonna be honest. So sometimes I just let it ride and then pause. I just let it slide. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me show you. Let me show you. Come on, check up. And even though I'm rusty, what I'm saying, still there's still enough.
When
There's
the
still
last time you
enough.
played ball? When the last time, pause. When the last time you got on the court?
Listen, I played a lot of like one-on-ones and two-on-twos. I got some young guys. I got some young guys that I train. So, like I said, man, I got to fry them every once and again so I could teach them.
Yo, cause you know why? Cause I don't know if you watched the interview between me and Richard, right? Shout out to Richard Payton, right?
Shout out Peyton.
You know what I mean? Yo, so he got a 5. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get me a 5. You know what I'm saying? And cause matter of fact, he got a 5. He said it's gonna be him. It's gonna be him, Beanhead,
Oh,
Warren,
oh man,
Water, um, and and damn, who else? And Rosine. Shout out to my boy
where's this
Roscoe,
game?
right?
Where's this game being played at? Y'all
You
better
know what I'm
sign
saying?
some waivers.
You know what I mean?
y'all,
Nah,
better,
nah, nah. Look,
y'all better sign some
nah.
Y'all better sign
Listen.
some medical
Listen.
waivers on
I
this
got, I
thing,
got this smooth. I'm the Black Mamba. I'm coming out of
huh?
retirement. I'm the Black Mamba. I'm coming out
Oh,
of
I'm
retirement.
looking at joints and ligaments on this
Nah,
thing, right? You know what I'm saying?
I'm in the gym.
Like
I don't know. See, look, them old niggas. Them old niggas. They be drinking black. Yo, they be drinking, smoking black and miles. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas ain't breathing right. Them niggas is done. We gonna cook them niggas. I ain't worried about it.
Rah. I
Yo,
see gray in the beard, Rah. Rah, I
all
see
right,
gray. You
man.
bet.
All right, that's it
Rah,
for you.
sign,
You know
sign.
what? I
Listen,
did a lot of
sign the
jail.
waiver. Sign the waiver. Make sure the waivers is signed. I think I lost him. Where you at? When Rah getting animated, he froze his camera. Tap in with what's going on, everybody, man. Show me some love. Yeah, Jakina, these are not even basketball guys, man. Hey, well, I lost